What's up? Going live. Trying to see how long this shit lasts, man. Fuck trying to record the shit on your own shit when you can record it straight off Facebook. So, guess what? I got my little cousin coming up. Trying to drink a little monster, trying to elevate my mind, elevate my stomach because my stomach's full of beer, You know how it is. Friday. You got 12 days coming up of vacation. And you just on that don't give a fuck mode because you have so many days that you could sober up and the night before you just like fuck it, just like fuck it, man. Like me and the guy like after work we stopped off and got a beer, drank a couple of beers, and really got in depth into just in depth into each other's minds. We got a youngster that works with us. Everybody that we work with is over 30, except for one dude. Dude name is Tyler, big old dude, and this dude's daily life, weekly life, monthly life, yearly life is just no life. So we try to ingrain, put into his head, live a little, live a little, live a little. Fuck. Our main thing was like, we're at this age to where we're like, we look back and wish we could do this or that, which I guarantee you, everybody that's over, fuck, the next year, you wish that the previous year you would have done this or that, and we was on that fucking level of 10 years ago, prime, you being in your prime, and we try to put in this dude's head, live, bro. Look, you're fucking young. You're 22 years old. Fucking get out there. It's like there is more to life than life. I don't know who fucking sang that shit, but I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it in your fucking head like we try to put in this dude's head. Monster number one. But anyway, after all that was said and done, we after the little youngster left and Frankie left and started to get in depth in just me, this dude's daily life, and it was a good feeling, you when somebody asks your opinion on a real deep level, or not really ask for it, but puts a statement out there to let you and him decipher your statement, and you dig into it and you make that person really think. It's not really like you're doing anything, but you're bouncing your idea off his idea, and in a collective group, you're coming with a best solution, or you could front it like, yeah, that makes sense, or you can really look in somebody's eyes and be like, you know what, they took that statement to heart, and they might reflect on it. But anyway, Friday. Another long ass week, like spent fuck off Friday. How you supposed to spend fuck off Friday? Fucking off. We did a little Christmas gift exchange, and we went to True Lies and looked at probably like fives or sixes. We had one dime, but fives or sixes, flaunting their gut or flaunting their nasty looking ass. Fuck. But anyway, it was a good Friday. It was a good Friday. Good Friday day and starting Good Friday night. Pulled up at a strip club, like I said earlier, after that shit was done. And I kind of second guessed what I was doing. And whatever you get up in, like, god damn, there would have been no way. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have. Well, actually, I went in. They was like, man, we don't open for 20 minutes. I guarantee if they was open, I would have went in that motherfucker. Guaranteed I would have been in there. Probably still there right now. Sticking my card into the ATM, pulling out as much as I can because I'm a big old trick when it comes to meat and drinking and fat ass thighs and asses and fucking pussy clapping in your face. Like any man. But anyway, right here, right now, I got a cousin of mine that is coming through. He uh, pretty intellectually, divine. He picks his battles, knows what battles are, as far as the media goes, as far as daily conversation goes of how you're supposed to interpret shit and how you're supposed to explain shit and how you get that information in your head in the first place. God, day-to-day life is when you intake so much knowledge. I mean, fuck. I try to intake a lot of knowledge every day, all day, and it's depending on where you're at. There's some shit that is straight to the point, factual, no left leaning, right leaning, whatever. But at the end of the day, there is so many people that take, for instance, I told my brother earlier, like I play with his heartstrings, and I said that your cousin is gonna come through. You haven't seen him in a while, and playing with people's heartstrings is so much easier than playing with people's mind. And I say that in somebody's mind that hasn't been already turned. And I say this so many times, but I do feel that a lot of people out there, like they're like, well, at least I like to feel like so many people are just, they focus on the day-to-day shit. Like they're not led, they haven't had, people putting shit into their head. They're just trying to raise a kid, just trying to make a buck, trying to make an extra buck, trying to do the best that they can. But in my understanding of where I'm led as far as knowledge every day, and I try to break it up with daily topics, government, this, that, and then just the past. And fuck, I gotta say that listening to documentaries of the past, just shit that's happened, shit that's been deciphered and understood to its ultimate point. Like it's satisfying. It's satisfying. Versus what I hear on the media, whether it's on my side or their side or whoever's side, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to just go through your day-to-day life like my brothers. I know I have two brothers and I have one sister, and they're really not like, I know my brother Derek is really in depth, not really in depth, but just kind of got a general understanding of what's going on. And here I am. I feel like I'm like way the fuck up there with the knowledge, but really in reality I'm not. But I like to think that I am. But like I said, in reality I'm not. Like, who the fuck am I to say what's going on when, stories of the day, this happened, that happened, and I get told that from a certain perspective. But how the fuck am how am I supposed to get the clear end story of this? There's no media that does that podcasts, news, regular news, national, local, any kind of news, it's always leaned a certain way. And if I have to say anything, like whenever I hear a story, within 5 words, I've already been told, okay, is it leaning this way or is it leaning that way? So I do have to give myself props for that understanding. And it did take me a while to get that, It took a while. Let me get my monster, hold on. And then again, it's, why can't motherfuckers just tell you the facts of the stories without trying to pull on your heartstrings? It's crazy. It's capitalism on that end. I feel it's bad because it's the same. every other aspect of capitalism, I am down with. There is no other bent of a structure of people that has helped so many other people than capitalism. I've heard today that China has overtook the United States as far as production goes. And in the same instance, I hear that the initiative is still not there. The initiative is still not there. It's like, you know, I guess if a government fucking pounds you over the head and says, "Look, do this fucking shit," or look, you got fucking 100 million other people behind you. If you don't handle your fucking shit, look, I'll pull a little ching or chang. I'm sorry, I'm this high, but pull them around, and you get to the back of the fucking line. What the fuck are you gonna do? And in the same breath, you have billions of people. So I don't know. I guess I need to really look into Chinese government aspects of what they do or how they handle the people. But anyway, yeah. So I thought I would act like your mama's house, and do a little intro. I'm hoping that my cousin, little Brett, has some real intellectual, thought-provoking, laughable thoughts. I always want to include comedy into what the fuck I'm saying, because I do that on a daily basis. Like, fuck, you it's like a fucking kettle, with fucking water in it. And if you just have that one vent that opens up, what does it do? It makes a fucking noise and it screeches. And with me, I need so many vents, comedy, intellectual. Look, get your shit straight, work your shit out, get the shit done. That right there is probably why so many people have to ingest a psychotic or antipsychotic pill. Is because they only have, well, fuck, they might not even have multiple releases of their fucking psyche. They just might, find something. And look, picture a kettle right here, right? Picture a kettle, boiling water, and that one, it's not clicking fully. It's not clicking fully, right? It might just click a little bit, little steam comes out. Look, I'll make the little steam comes out, right? But inside of that fucking pot, it's still boiling, right? It's still boiling. So how can I take that whole concept and bring it back to where humans didn't have cell phones, electricity, running water? What the fuck did humans do? And how has the evolution of this fucking much versus this little bit of fucking time that we're in right now? Okay, you have cars. You have, let's see, let me see if I can get this shit in order. Okay, I don't know if electricity and cars was around the same time, right? Okay, so electricity, cars, which nobody could invent and nobody could fucking afford electricity. And then 10 years later, okay, we're at like 1929. Okay, stock market crash, boom, everybody gone. Everybody gone. Motherfuckers jumping out of windows and shit. And then you have the Dust Bowl, which is a little bit further. Which, if you know about the Dust Bowl, then you know that like if I had my whole little shack, because people didn't live in houses back then, they lived in fucking shacks, 8 deep, 9 deep with fucking kids, Okay, so we're at 1939. That fucking Dust Bowl was a rough thing for a lot of Americans in fucking Tornado Alley. And like I said, fucking stock market crash in 1929 was right there. But okay, you got 30, which was all right. Then you got 40s. which was World War II era, which fucking kicked America's ass in gear. When fucking Japan fucked us up, you know what? America that America wouldn't be what it is today without World War II, and that's most of the world. But okay, so this little sliver of time, and keep in mind, it's boom, way the fuck out there. But okay, this little, and thank you to the monster for giving me a little kick, man. But okay, you got 40s, you got 50s. 50s was a good time in America. Civil rights era, you know, understandable. Uh, you know, then you got the 60s. 60s started going downhill for America because fuck, it just went down. I mean, I didn't live back then. I don't really want to, even though I just intersected my life into what happened between then and that. Like the 60s was a weird era. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, that was a Cold War era. Cold War tactics had already been established 10 years ago. How do you defeat a country within? If I have, what was the term? If you fucking bomb us, we're gonna bomb the fuck out of you, and it's a stalemate. We'll call it a stalemate, right? We had a stalemate with communist Soviet Union, not Russia. And at that time, it was how can I defeat a country from within? And during the 60s, I think that it was, I mean, fucking tenfold. It was, how can we fuck with the Americans psychologically? And okay, well, look, I don't know if you've seen that movie Salt, but it's pretty much, you know, spy shit, like on a high end level, like developing 3,000 people behind me to live as an American, to think as an American, but in the same aspect, destroy America. Fuck, these motherfuckers could walk up through the border like nothing. They could probably get a passport like nothing. They could probably just intervene like nothing. And I've used this term before. There's a certain time in your life when your mind is just a slate, flat plate. You do not understand anything in life. Like it's just fucking lollipops and bubble gum. And the first thing that's gets put back here, like, okay, look, you're a child, you're a child, you're a child. You go to high school, you know, back then they didn't indoctrinate you like they do now with, you know, leftist shit. But, and whenever I say leftist shit, I mean that, fuck, the left is more like Soviet Russia. Not in the same aspect, but in the same aspect, right? And it is so easy to manipulate somebody's fucking mind. Like, everybody does it. I try to manipulate somebody's mind earlier with the good mind frame. Like this dude, he lives his day-to-day life. Like I try to manipulate my brother earlier. Because in a good way. Because the two people I'm talking about, my brother and the guy, you know, they go to work and they go home and they don't do shit. You know, there's no life in that. There's no life in that. And what I try to convey to the guy, not my brother, but the other guy, I was like, man, look, you're 22, dude. You're 22. I'm 33. Look. And I talk to him every day, and I know where his head is at, you know, and it's like, man, look, 20 years, 30 years, you're going to look back and you're going to realize that you're wasting your fucking youth. You're wasting it. Like, fucking just put a fucking bullet in your head, man. It's same shit. And I'm guilty of that too now, but back then, I lived, I had fun, I fucked up. I was the worst fucking, worst role model back then, but I still had fun. I had an excellent time. My time was so good back then. And whenever I try to convey to this guy, live a little. At the same time, I was trying to tell myself the same shit. Which in the back of my mind, fuck, you get 10 years past your prime, and it's like, fuck it, I want to live a little. I want to ride four-wheelers. I want to get a four-wheeler. I want to get a boat. It's just goals that you need to stay on and keep on. But like when I say goals, I mean, okay, do this, do that, do this, that. But down here, I've already done all this. And what we was trying to convey to this little youngster is that, look, you will not appreciate that if you don't fucking, go do this. Like, you don't want to wake up 33 and it's been fucking 15 years. You're out of high school and you're still doing the same shit. Still doing the same shit, man. But if I was to label this podcast, it would be fuck it. Fuck it. And you know what? That might be the name of my podcast, man. Fuck it. Got like 2 or 3 interesting guys, man. We're going to try to put it down with the podcast. But hopefully my cuz comes through. And we put it down. I probably need one more of these. And get back on point. Try to do the thing. I don't think it's gonna take off, but you know what? Fuck it. I think it might take off. Fuck. I got so many stories, man, that I guarantee you, it's like Joey Diaz, man. Like he'll tell a story, and I see some of his guests. They're like, that shit ain't happened, man. But fuck, the life that I live, I do not doubt Joey Diaz one fucking bit. One fucking bit. And I say that to say this, okay? If you don't put yourself out there, you will not experience shit. That's one thing I gotta say I do not have any regrets on, is that I put my fucking self out there, whether it was really fucked up driving when I shouldn't have been, second guessing my opinions of should I pull out another $500 off of my credit card or should I not. Actually, I never gave a fuck. Fuck it, pull out another 100, pull out another 500. I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna label this one number 7. And I just see my cousin pulled up, so hopefully there'll be another 8. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all's time. And tell your mama how you stop it.